Hi everyone, my name is Asperia Keogawaga. Welcome to my YouTube channel.
And I'm Gloria Tukamwesi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Already you know I have a visitor on the channel and they're going to welcome her. We shall allow her to tell us her names and we get started. You are welcome.
Thank you, Asperia.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, my name is Gloria Tukamwesi and I'm today's guest.
You are most welcome.
Thank you.
So like I always tell you, every person you meet in life has something they can teach you, and if I tell you my story, there is a lot you can learn from it. So today it's not my story, we are going to learn from Gloria's story. So Gloria, tell us, how did you come into existence?
I was born in a small village called Kanyambiriri. It is found in Rutoto sub-county, Lovelies district. I was born in 1993, then it was called Bunyaruguru county. But afterwards it was chopped from Bushenyi district, so currently it is called Lovelies district on your way to Kasese.
Wow, Kanyambiriri village. So people of Kanyambiriri, you've seen your person. She has grown. Yeah, so Gloria, tell us about you. Did you go to school? Like, we want to know more about you.
So I was born to a single mom, but I'm the firstborn on both sides. So my mom and my dad, when they were still teenagers, they had me. So I'm born with another boy, so we are two children on my mom's side.
Okay.
However, afterwards my dad grew up and he needed to marry because him and my mom aren't married.
Okay.
So afterwards my dad got married and produced other children, so we are 8 in total.
Okay.
But I was raised on the side of my mom. Yeah, so I can say that from my mom's side we are only 2 children.
You are only 2 children and you were raised by a single mom.
Yes.
That's so interesting. Wow, you know, everyone wants to know how she made it. There's so many people, when relationships fail, they stop there and they abandon children.
Yeah.
But I'm glad your mom was able to, you know, raise you and you're here a big woman. So that's so nice. So about your education?
So I went to 3 schools. In my life I've only gone to 3 schools. Okay. So I studied from Rutoto Primary School. Currently it is called Businje Memorial.
Okay.
From P1 up to P7.
Wow.
Thereafter I went to Chamba High School. From senior 1 up to senior 6. After that I went to Buli University for 3 years.
3 schools?
Yes.
Your story is different from mine. Me, every year I went to a school.
No, I went to 3 schools, and interestingly, I didn't like my high school.
Really?
When I joined, I hated that school.
Was it because it was in the same locality?
I don't know, but
you know, sometimes you want to study from, you know, Kampala, you feel like traveling around.
My mom would never
but
afford
the
those
parents
schools.
can put us in.
My mom would never afford those schools. But yeah, that's how my education went.
Okay, so what did you study? Like,
so I have a lot of stories surrounding what I studied. Growing up, I wanted to be 2 things.
Okay.
One, I wanted to be a tour guide.
A tour guide?
Yes, there was a certain man in our village who was moving around with whites. You know, when we were younger, we always wanted to associate with whites. So I said, if I work with whites, I'll be able to associate with them, speak good English. So I wanted to be a tour guide.
You wanted to move around the globe.
The village with the white people. Then later on, I wanted to be a teacher of English.
Okay.
I loved the English language. So at a certain point, I wanted to be an English teacher, a teacher of English. But all those after I went into secondary school, now I wanted to be a lawyer.
You know, all of us wanted to be, like those days, if you tell your parents that you wanted to be a farmer,
no,
they would beat you even today. Yeah. You know, all of us wanted to be lawyers, doctors, you know, those big careers. But
so afterwards I wanted to be a lawyer, but you know, if you're from poor family, those dreams of being lawyer, they don't work. So I went to Blue University and studied a Bachelor of Government Studies.
Okay.
At the end of it all. Yeah.
That's what you zeroed down to?
Exactly.
And apparently, what are you doing?
For the past 6 years, I've been working with a coffee exporter called Ibero Uganda Limited. So we offer extension services to farmers, we give them financing, we give them fertilizers, and that's what I've been doing for the last 6 to 7 years.
Oh, you must have made some good money. You know, anything that is related to coffee.
I can't deny God has been good.
I see, you look good.
Thank you.
So that's very nice and interesting. And I'm going to ask you some other interesting question. You know, you said you're born somewhere in 1990 something. And at this time, you must have grown. And I'm going to ask you about your relationship. Have you been, in any relationship? Are you married? Are you dating? A lot of questions.
I am a mother.
Yeah,
a beautiful baby girl called Celine.
Wow.
And I'm not yet married, but with God's grace, that's where we are heading.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you're not married. How did you get Celine?
So I was in a relationship. Of course, there's no way I would have had Celine if I wasn't in a relationship. But it didn't work out well, and we parted ways. But currently, I'm also seeing another sweetheart. Wedding bells, eh?
So I'm going to ask you another question. Why did it work?
I think we had different needs at that time. Yeah, we have different views on life. I didn't tell you when I was all my life I've been in politics, but our views were divergent. Our view on life was very divergent, so it couldn't take us forward. We are going in different directions. So the best way was to part ways, look after our beautiful baby girl, and it's not going bad.
Oh, okay. So you, after that, you feel like giving marriage another chance?
It hasn't come easy. Yeah, I've worked on myself. I have healed. I had to do a lot of work.
Yeah, because the way you were talking about your relationship, you sound like everything is fine. But then someone watching you there will be wondering.
Yeah.
After you have committed yourself to loving someone and you are in a relationship, everything is moving on. You have even a child together, and things do not work. You don't just heal.
You don't just walk away
so
and things are normal.
I would also want to know how you went through that heartbreak. How were you prepared for the heartbreak? Everything around that.
So I can say that all my life things happened to me, and after they have happened, I look back and say I've been lucky. Yeah, I've been very lucky. So when that relationship didn't work out, I just had to seek God. I sought God. I had to now put everything down and run back to my Father. So in those moments, in those times when I was down, I sought God.
Wow.
I prayed. I had to read my Bible. I had to after that happened, I was because I don't have a good relationship with my father. And I saw that Celine was going to also follow that route since this relationship had ended. So what I did, I had to think through and say, if things go bad, whom do I run to? Do I run to my father? Do I run to my mother? Whom do I run to? So in that moment, those two were not available. So I had to run to my Heavenly Father. Yes, I said, on this earth, the only one who I can run to and they will welcome me as my Father is my Heavenly Father.
Wow.
So I went to God. I really went to God. And my relationship with God has been beautiful since then. So because even now I say Celine's father is her Heavenly Father.
Now there are some people when they get such a heartbreak, they lose themselves. They feel everything has come to an end. What would be your advice to such group of people?
So I would say pray. Pray. God is the answer to everything. Long ago I wouldn't believe so if someone said it, but now I know better. God is everything. There's nothing new. There's nothing new on the face of the earth. Everything has happened to someone else you don't know, to a relative, but seek God.
And Gloria, there is also this group of people Like you've said, you grew up in your village, people hide the way they look at you, you've been in politics, you've been here and there, like you have made a good name somewhere. But then you have this in your mind that my relationship is not working. How did everything work out at that point? Like for you to decide to move on, like leave this guy and move on with your life.
So you remember I've told you that I was raised by a single mom. I saw how my mom was struggling, but at least at a certain point, she didn't have. It's better if you know that you're going to stand alone instead of leaning on someone who is not even there. So my mom raised me to be a very independent person. Everything that we did it with my mom. So when I saw my situation, I said, if my mom, who was illiterate, who was jobless, who didn't have a lot of connections, who didn't know anything, could manage to raise 2 children. How about me in my situation?
You encourage yourself.
Yeah, so I had to encourage myself and say, at least I have a job, I have friends. Instead of leaning on something that doesn't exist, at least stand on your own and know that it's you. So there you will know that you will handle everything on your own. Instead of saying, okay, let me sit back, I'll do 50, this person will do 50, yet they are not there to do that 50. So I'd rather say, let me do 60 on my own, instead of leaning on the 40 that's not even there.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I asked you that is because there is a training video that I watched, and this was a girl of 21, and she had gotten into a relationship with a man of 24. And you know that age bracket, sometimes some of them are not ready for commitment, and this girl finds messages in a man's phone and cheating, and they had just had a baby, and she had to kill him, and she killed herself. So I think you love life. So but now there are people who go an extra mile in relationships. You find someone is there, they feel without this man I cannot live. I would also want you to talk to those people.
So the truth is, first and foremost, you have to believe in yourself. Believe in where you are. For example, if you're 21, by all means, you are 21, not because of this man. So there is no way you look at your life as if it is going to end there because this man has left you. Because for 21 years, you have survived on your own. So we should have these men in our lives, but not give out everything to them. Because if you have been alive and you have survived for 21 years, you've been there.
And you know what? Sometimes some girls think, and okay, before I talk about some girls thinking, do you think you in your own relationship, do you think you weren't ready at that time?
I was.
You were ready?
Yes, I was ready.
So these people, they be in a relationship because the world is gone. Yes, other material things, or so and so is a celebrity, or so and so is giving me this. So you find they be in that relationship, but yet they are not ready even to do that commitment. And eventually when things do not turn out like they expected, they kill themselves, they kill their partners, because these people killed themselves. I hear she killed herself and then the man, and they left the baby of just 4 months. That was so sad. So we are glad that for you, you healed, you are sounding very well. So how is life as a single mom? Like, how are you finding it with Celine?
So I can say that Celine and I have been surviving on God's grace. Like, God's grace is so sufficient for everyone. So I was like that. Some things can come as blessings in disguise. So when I had Celine, I had a small job and it was giving me very little money. Actually, when I got pregnant, I started shopping for Celine when I was like 4 months pregnant, because I knew that I will not get money at the end of the pregnancy to shop at 8 months or all that. So in the middle of the pregnancy, I got promoted.
Wow.
Yes, that's why I said that we were very lucky. So Celine came as a blessing in disguise. I got promoted. That meant that I got some more money. And because I knew how to manage money, and I knew the future, by the time I delivered, I already knew the future of the relationship. So I had to to try and prepare myself for whatever will come. But life has been good. I really don't regret a lot of things because God has been good. We have friends, we have had friends. You know, people talk about social capital. Have people who have money, someone who can get you out of jail anytime. But I also want to talk about spiritual capital.
Guys, yeah, the story is really long. We are going to come back with part 2. Please subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed, and you know,
Keep watching. Subscribe.